Fit for Life Radio, episode number 157. Your hosts, Gary
and Will.
We're here post Thanksgiving.
How many dinners did you eat yesterday? Just one?
Just one. We broke it up. My side of the family, we had it at last Saturday.
That's smart.
Because we normally have to go to 2, and like one of them it's at 1 o'clock, 2, and then the other one's at 4.
That's
5.
what we did. We did noon, so like a lunch with Whitney's parents, and then 3 o'clock with my whole family, minus my brother and sister-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
We're actually having another dinner, I don't know when, sometime.
Yeah. In today's episode, with the theme of Thanksgiving and overeating, we're going to talk about a little study. Little overfeeding study.
This might be one of my favorite of all time.
And yeah. So what was your favorite dish?
Man. I think I always like two things, right? We had leg of lamb, which is just like my freaking favorite. And then I don't know, someone made some mac and cheese. That was just like the best. And I feel like I'm a big critic of mac and cheese because everyone says theirs is the best.
Mm-hmm.
And it's never good. And I feel like it's real judgy, but most people's mac and cheese is not good.
Yeah.
And this mac was just, it was perfect. Everything about it. And I asked everybody, like I was trying to find out who made it. No one had any clue who made it. It was like someone just dropped this mac and cheese off and bounced. But it was like the star of the show for me, which is hard because I'm a meat eater at heart.
Yeah, I mean, turkey's turkey, right?
Yeah, I mean, turkey.
But lamb's great. But even then, I know for me, I eat meat all the time. So normally something's going to be a little different for Thanksgiving. So our favorite one, actually, Alexis made, and it was this potato dish where she look, everything you realize, the best things always kind of are prepared kind of like that classic old-fashioned way with the same main ingredients, which are, so it was potatoes, and they were cut into little slivers. I think she actually used that little thing that you had me get to make French fries with. It's a little cuts them off.
The crinkle cut?
Yeah, the crinkle cut. So it's little crinkle cut wedges, and then I think and then it was layered with onions, yellow onion, and then there was cheese and milk, whole milk, and butter.
So that's, all really all the things that are good.
But yeah, just the texture, it was good, and then it was a cat, cooked in the oven, and
casserole.
It was good. It was good.
I mean that is way better than just a plain potato.
Yeah.
Though I do love plain potatoes.
Yep.
Mm.
And then again, Thanksgiving, holidays. A lot of times people will. Again, I think for the most part, people are able to enjoy themselves. They don't stress out eating, but then people feel guilty, maybe even leading up to it, and, I'm going to eat all this. And so, because we see it in the fitness industry now, over a decade, it's the same cycles, right? People fall off on the holidays and really I think it's because of which we'll get into the study, and Thanksgiving, they're each one day. But it's the mindset where people are oh, well, I'm going to pick out this day, so anything else I do is probably just doesn't matter. Yeah, and it's going to be worthless, and I ruined it, and I'll just wait till all the holidays are done, month and a half, 2 months later. Yeah. And, afterwards, I feel guilty, and then just what's the point of quote-unquote trying, and that becomes this mental battle. But the reality is, over time, what we do or don't want to happen is we don't really want to gain tons of excess body fat. But then when people will step on the scale and see fluctuations in their weight, they freak out emotionally, panic, and the reality is most of those changes have nothing to do with body fat, right? And to kind of help prove the point, so we got this from Alan Aragon. He's a nutrition researcher,
He's like probably one of the
scientist.
top nutrition
Hmm.
researchers that exists.
And there was this study done in 2018, and it was really good. A good study with like the subjects and the control that they had over everything. And yeah, it was the overfeeding study with zero exercise, zero training. So they had people eat above maintenance for 7 days, 1,000 calories above maintenance for 7 days straight.
So it's like a week of adding a little snacky snack to your day.
Yeah, well, and specifically what they added was whipping cream. So 1,000 calories of high-fat dairy.
Just taking a
High
hit
fat-
of that whipped cream.
So basically, which is whipping cream is like all saturated fat.
Yeah.
Fats. So again, it's not even like it was like, so which would be considered, in general through the research, like not everything's bad or good. It depends on the dose. But yeah, just 1,000 extra calories of saturated fat is not the best source of nutrition, right? So 1,000 extra calories of whipping cream a day.
And they were instructed to minimize their physical activity.
Yep.
So they're going out of their way
To
do nothing.
Yeah, to do nothing. And then their total macronutrient split was 18% protein, 34% carbohydrate, 48% fat.
That's
Yeah.
that's a high fat diet.
So what happened? And if you want to know specifically the actual grams, so it was 100 grams of protein was the baseline, 300 grams of carbs, 100 grams of fat, and then there was an increase of protein, 76 grams, carbs about the same, 30 grams, and then the fat was doubled, 100 grams.
Woo,
So
200 grams of fat.
Again, like we said, that's because the calories were from whipping cream.
Which is mostly fat.
And then what happened? So over that week, well, they basically gained 2 pounds, and 1 pound of it was muscle, and 1 pound of it was fat. That's it. So stopping any exercise and physical activity and eating an extra 1,000 calories every single day for 7 days, gain 1 pound of fat.
Yeah, hold on. Let me double check that.
So, yeah. I mean, it's listed in kilograms.
Yeah.
That may be where you're getting confused. So, 0.4 kilograms of lean mass.
Yeah, it's a
0.5
pound,
kilo. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
okay.
about their double.
My brain started smoking
yeah.
trying to do the conversion in my head. You're right.
And yeah, so worrying about now we're talking about one meal.
Yeah.
Right? One day.
One day.
One day,
Not 7.
and you still exercise. And if you strength train, a lot of the extra carbs and fats goes into your muscles. And yeah, so the reality is you shouldn't be panicking, worrying, stressing. You're not going to gain a bunch of fat, even if you overeat. Well, definitely for one meal, right? Yeah.
Like, you're going to be fine.
You're going to be fine. Now, also, too, you want to have a good baseline of, like, you were eating an appropriate amount of calories before. If you've been overeating for the last decade every day, then, yeah, it kind of is piling on.
It's continuing to contribute to it.
But for someone, like, you're actively bringing awareness to your normal intake. You are exercising. It's, 1 meal. You're, like, you would, no matter even how hard you tried, how much you tried to stuff yourself, it's going to be almost zero, right? But now here's the catch. You need to get back on track, right?
Yeah.
Now
you can't let that week turn into 2 months.
Yeah. Turn into until January 15th because then it's going to be the holidays and then Christmas and New Year's and which again total is 3 days.
Yeah.
It's Thanksgiving Day, it's Christmas, it's New Year's. We'll even say give you a buffer of an extra day. So in total is 6 days total.
Yeah.
Out of 2 month span almost. So that people kind of call the holidays. And right here, even if you overate, again, 1,000 calories a day for 7 days, 1 week straight,
you're all right.
On average, there's only 1 pound of fat gain, right?
And that's with no activity.
No activity.
Now imagine like you're doing your strength training and you're a pretty active person. You're good.
No activity and all the extra calories, the extra 1,000 calories a day were just straight up pure fat calories. Whereas especially like Thanksgiving. Well, a lot of the extra calories, some of it's going to be protein, and some of it's sweet potatoes.
Yeah, and like some of it is like nutrient dense food.
yeah,
So
so it's not even in fiber, and
so this is almost like the extreme case,
mm-hmm.
right? Of hey, let's just eat an extra bit of saturated fat every day, and they were good, And there's not like that much nutrition in it, but
I want to visually see what like 1,000 calories of
whipped cream.
whipping cream. Can you imagine? You're doing this study, and you just got to whack back.
It's probably good,
It
man.
says it's 341 milliliters of whipping cream. What I need to know.
That's like a little over a quarter of a
How many
liter.
ounces that is?
Yeah.
Okay, 11 fluid ounces. It's actually not that much.
Okay, yeah, that's
again,
pretty dense.
Shows how, like we talk about, typically added fats and things like that are going to be low food volume. They're very easy to overconsume. I mean, it's still a lot when you think about it. Like it's over a cup and a half of whipping cream.
Yeah.
But,
But 12 ounces isn't huge.
no.
And like it's real dense and it tastes good. Like
Yeah.
it's not gonna be hard to do.
So, yeah, you have to stop. Again, common theme that we talk about. You got to eliminate the all or nothing mindset.
Yeah.
Right? Because the reality is, if your baseline, your base habits, your awareness is there, you're on point. It's negligible.
Yeah. Like you're gonna be okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of have to trust that too, and
Yeah.
not worry
Yeah.
so much that like, oh my God, is this gonna mess me up? Is it gonna throw me off track? And then you just stop doing the things that you were
Mhm.
doing.
Because the reality is, you crush this huge Thanksgiving Day meal, have some, it's more sodium, you have, some cocktails. Also, all these things are going to affect the scale weight,
Yeah.
right? You're going to have more stored glycogen in your muscles, more stored fatty acids that are getting
More
stored.
food in your body.
More fluid, more food in your body, more waste sitting in your body. So, yeah, you could gain 3, 4, 5 pounds on the scale. It's not fat. It's not body fat. That takes time.
Like you cannot gain like 5 pounds of fat in a day or a week. Like it just doesn't work that way.
Yep.
So don't feel like when you see the scale up that much that like everything, oh my God, it just ruined everything.
Yeah.
No, like
And
you'll
again,
come back to normal.
yeah, what ruins it is our irrational response to
Mhm.
seeing that.
Yeah.
Then we panic and say, "Oh, I screwed up."
Whatever. Forget it. I'll get back on track next year.
And then you just keep eating pumpkin pie
Yeah.
every day, and then then eventually, you start overeating 1,000 calories a day for 3 months, and now you've gained
That 5 pounds.
12 pounds, right?
Yeah.
Or eventually, what happens with this, and this is why it's important too, like we said, that you actually have a normal, good baseline, is typically when we initially like ramp up a bunch of calories above our normal amount, our body tries to compensate. So it will rev up our other functions, right? So again, hey, where can I store and use these calories? Neat. So you might then be more fidgety, or you might notice you want to go for a walk and you have more energy.
Mhm.
And so it looks for ways to kind of maybe burn some of it before just purely storing it. But eventually, if you keep overeating, your body kind of adapts to that amount, and those processes then simmer down. And now
you start to store it.
Now it starts to pile on at a faster rate.
Mm-hmm.
So the real reality is, by keeping things in check, with a good intake for maintaining a healthy body weight.
If you know me, you know I'm always on the run, up early and home late, so having a 3-hour morning routine isn't really in the cards for me. What is in the cards is AG1. It's a fast way to get vitamins and minerals I need to perform. I first gave AG1 a try because I wanted a single solution that helps support my entire body by filling in nutrient gaps and simplifying my morning routine. Since drinking AG1 daily, I've always felt strong and energized and ready to attack the day. Not only does AG1 deliver my daily dose of vitamins, minerals, pre- and probiotics, and more, it's a powerful, healthy habit that's also powerfully simple. It's 1 scoop mixed in water once a day and every day. I know that AG1 is giving my body high-quality nutrition. Every batch of AG1 goes through a rigorous testing process, so you know that it's safe. And AG1 ingredients are sourced for absorption, potency, and nutrition density. AG1 is a supplement that I trust to provide the support my body needs daily, and that's why I'm excited to welcome them as a new partner. Here is your chance to start every day this season with a gift to yourself. Try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3K2 and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase exclusively at drinkag1.com/provengrit. That's drinkag1.com/provengrit. Check it out.
You have room, almost like this short-term furnace of sort, to handle sharp increases, short and sharp increases in calories.
Yeah. But don't abuse it,
Mm-hmm.
because then you gain weight.
If you did this study and you got to choose where your extra 1,000 calories came from
Oh no.
a day,
What would I pick?
what would you pick?
Oh no. That's a hard question, actually. Because it has to be one thing. Like, I'm only gonna pick one food, and I gotta use that for a week. Damn. Hey, can you imagine 1,000 calories worth of popcorn?
Nah. I mean, that'd be like punishment.
There's like 5 bowls of popcorn.
That's too much fiber.
Yeah, it is. Like, that would probably mess up everything. Damn. I don't know. I'm not sure where I'd want it to come from. Do you have one top of mind? It feels like such a commitment to me. It almost stresses me out.
I mean, I could easily do it with like cheese.
Cheese.
Dude, I could just.
1,000 calories of cheese?
It's not that much cheese, man.
You're not. I mean, yeah, it
But
is. A quarter cup is 80 calories. So now we're talking.
Of what kind?
I'm talking just like shredded cheese, man. So then we'll talk. A cup
Dude,
is
a quarter-
320 calories.
Yeah, I could,
So 3 cups of cheese. Maybe it's because I'm not a cheese lover.
yeah, I mean, I could. That'd be no
What's
problem.
wrong with you
man.
people? 3 cups of cheese?
That's nothing.
I
dude.
guess some people eat just like
I could eat
just
a block
cheese,
of cheese.
as,
Yeah.
as a snack.
And by side note, a cup of shredded cheddar cheese is 455 calories.
Okay.
So it'd really be
So
two
two
cups
cups.
of cheese. Yeah.
That's still, for me, that's a lot of cheese.
Nah, man.
Sounds disgusting.
Nah.
I like cheese on
But-
things, but by itself is not a good
Yeah.
food. Damn, cheese. Okay. All right.
So or I could do like. I mean, a pint of ice cream would be easy, but see, then I get, dude, when I have a ton of sugar like that, I get kind of like, you know how sometimes you get nauseous.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
I think you're better off with something that's higher fat.
Yeah. Whenever I eat foods like that, it's I don't feel that great, you know.
Mhm.
So I wouldn't want to do that every day.
I think something higher fat
Um,
would be good.
Yeah. So that's where like cheese, I would still like it's not. I would still feel.
And
pretty
then cheese
good.
does make your meals better if you're adding it
Yeah.
to stuff. Like, it's gonna make
Yeah.
everything better. So that's a good one, actually.
Yep. I'm trying like things that make meals.
That's what I'm trying to think of. Not just like, oh, I'm gonna
Mhm.
have this snack every day,
Yeah.
because that just doesn't.
Or like sour cream and butter or something, you know, on potatoes. That'd be an easy way to add 1,000 calories.
Like, butter would be an easy one.
Yeah.
I mean, part of me just wants to stay like 1,000 calories of steak is what
Yeah.
I would eat every day. That would probably be the move.
Now, but remember, you'd have to be adding that to your current.
Yeah, that's
Thing.
fine.
I already eat like a pound of meat a day.
I'm cool with that though, but steak's a different experience than like
Yeah.
all I eat is ground meat for the most
Yeah.
part. So that extra ribeye for a week would be kind of nice. I could do that, and it's super fatty and salty and
That extra ribeye for a week. You mean those 7 extra ribeyes?
Mm.
So that would be. I mean, yes, 8-ounce ribeye, 660 calories. So you'd
So you could
almost
go
have to have
like
a pound, almost a little
like a
less than a pound.
12,
Yeah.
13, 14 ounce steak every day. I don't see a drawback to it. That's all. I
Yeah.
would go with that.
Yeah. See, that would be on top of. I already eat like 200 grams of protein a day, so it's like, that would be.
How many grams of protein in like a
I'd have to
14
force
ounce
that
ribeye?
down. I mean, at 8 ounces, probably like 40.
Yeah, because there's so much fat in a ribeye.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Mm.
I get about 160 a day, so like it wouldn't break the bank. It wouldn't
Yeah.
mess me up or anything. But yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
would do.
Yeah.
I would go.
I would do it. I would, or like butter, adding butter to my meals.
Mm.
That would be easy. How much butter would I have to eat?
How many calories in a stick?
I don't know. I probably wouldn't take no stick because 2 tablespoons is 200. So it's
Dang.
essentially 100 calories per tablespoon.
Per tablespoon, yeah.
So 10 tablespoons of butter.
Yeah, and a stick is 8.
Yeah.
So,
Depending on the meals I'm eating and adding it to, that'd be no problem.
yeah, that'd be easy.
If I had,
I mean,
like,
it's good in everything though.
yeah, if I had like a potato with every meal,
Ooh, it's even good in rice.
yeah,
Mix it in with your ground beef.
mm,
Even you could do, I mean, oatmeal,
yeah.
some butter in there. Ooh. I'm going to start adding butter.
So, yeah, everyone listening's probably thinking how they probably you have your own thing in mind,
Yeah,
or most people probably want to add like
pizza.
goldfish,
Golf.
crackers. I don't know. What does everyone eat?
Well, I mean, it depends on the person.
I wish we could have listeners call in.
I know. Like, it depends on what you're.
I mean, just
thing
from
is-
seeing people's food logs and working with people with nutrition coaching, people easily eat an extra 1,000 calories a day, and it's
Mhm.
normally snack stuff.
Yeah. Like goldfish and
or like we
crackers.
talked about, like butters and oils and things like that.
Those are the two main culprits.
So you'd be surprised how easy it is to eat an extra 1,000 calories. So
Mhm. And not have any clue.
yeah. But again, if you're on point,
You're going to be all right.
that Thanksgiving meal, man,
It's nothing.
that day,
Enjoy it. Like,
yeah.
have a good time. And
It-
then have a plan to get back to
Yeah.
your usual programming.
because again, purposely eating an extra 1,000 calories of all fuel calories, fats, carbs and fats are fuel, they're gonna have a different effect than if you added 1,000 calories of protein. Because 1,000 calories of protein has a thermic effect of about 30%, meaning you burn off 30% of the calories to just
break it
digest it, to digest it. So really 1,000 calories of protein would be like 700 calories.
Mm-hmm.
So again, this was 1,000 calories of pure fat, whipping cream, no exercise, 1,000 calories extra every day. Gain a pound of fat. That's it.
And a pound of muscle, though.
And a pound of
of
lean mass. So
With no training at all.
yeah. Now again, if you're active, if you're adding kind of more mixed calories, not just pure luxury,
The luxury calories.
you know, which Thanksgiving, man, there's a lot of great food. There's a lot
Yeah.
of there's a lot of nutrition in Thanksgiving. Even the desserts are nutritious. You know,
Mhm.
pecan pie, sweet potato pie, pumpkin pie. There's a lot of nutrition, man. You know, the side, you got potato sides, you got
Dude, hey, you know what, though? The mashed potatoes yesterday, I kind of slept on them. They were
mashed potatoes.
mashed red potatoes.
Yeah.
That's the move. I always forget about red potatoes, but that's what my
Mhm.
mom makes. And she puts like a crap ton of garlic in them.
Mm. Mm.
I wish I had taken some, actually, if I'm being honest.
Turkey.
Turkey. The turkey was freaking good yesterday,
We
too.
had 2 turkeys.
Did you?
Uh,
Yep. We did the lamb and the turkey.
Fried turkey and a
Dude, fried turkey.
regular turkey.
Fried turkey's good. But people burn down their houses doing them sometimes, so.
Then here we are. This morning, what'd you have for breakfast
I haven't
this
even
morning?
I haven't even eaten yet today.
too.
I'm gonna eat when I get home. It'll be 3 eggs and a bowl of oatmeal with blueberries. Is my breakfast.
I don't know why. I threw it back.
I just had coffee so far today.
I'm about to train after this, so I had breakfast. I threw it back to like my original breakfast from when I like first got into all this stuff.
What'd you have?
A little like egg white oatmeal pancake.
Oh,
I don't know why.
doesn't even
It's
sound
like-
good.
I mean,
What
I
do you
like 'em.
what do you put in it?
You just blend up. I blend up a cup of oats. It was like 9 egg whites and 1 whole egg.
Mm-hmm.
Stevia, cinnamon. Then you blend it up and then cook it in the pan.
I guess with cinnamon that would actually be good.
And then put some sugar-free syrup on it.
Oh, I could actually do that. Now that you like spelled it out, it doesn't sound
Yeah.
gross to me.
I mean, it's not a
I'm sorry I judged you.
it's not a it's not a
No, it's not a pancake.
buttermilk
but
pancake,
that's still
but
pretty good.
it's a so
Damn, 9 egg whites.
yeah,
Do you make one big one?
this one was yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
If I had just because I had to use a regular pan and the shape, it's like it's gonna be a big one. If I had like a little flat top griddle pan,
You
uh,
make a bunch of little ones.
like 3 of them or
Yeah.
like two of them, and then because then I mean here's the thing: when you can make 3 of them and stack them
Yeah, it's a different
and
experience.
then pour the little syrup on it,
Mm-hmm.
the sugar-free syrup, and then you get to take the fork,
And just
run it
through,
run
baby.
it through,
Mm,
and then you take that bite.
it's satisfying.
And they're because of the egg whites, they like, kind of fluffy.
Yeah, they are. Like, that's a good thing about
Um,
egg whites is it does add that like lightness to stuff.
So yeah, I had that. But then we're supposed to meet up at like Ironclad. We might go to Smoke for like lunch.
Mm.
so a barbecue place, and then go on to Ironclad for some cocktails.
There you go. So just eat some meat, and then go get
I'll-
a drink.
I'll just eat whatever. Yeah, I'm not. Again, same thing, right? Like,
It's not gonna break the bank.
yeah, when you're confident with your regular habits and everything, it's just a treat,
easy,
right?
baby.
So,
You know they do well actually. They got like the pizza oven outside.
at Smoke,
Mhm.
yeah. And anyways, I guess it will be mostly meat. It's a barbecue place.
That's
but
what I
know,
said.
yeah. But I normally like little cornbread and
Mm.
some kind of sides, right? So
Their sweet potato fries are really good
Yeah.
too. That's actually maybe one of my favorite things there. Damn, now you got me wanting that
Mm.
sweet potato fry.
And then, yes, I'll probably have a light dinner because
Yeah.
that's gonna be a huge lunch. Normally my dinners are lately like ground beef and a cup of rice. So,
Mhm.
but I'll maybe just have something small, or like sometimes in that scenario, then I'll just have like Greek yogurt with some fruit
Mm-hmm.
for dinner.
So you're still getting a little something, something.
Little protein. So, and for people listening, like, I guess we've talked about this some before, but like, yeah, I don't necessarily track calories because I know kind of what I eat and what it is, so I don't have to track daily. And so, like, what's the rules? Like, what do I follow? Kind of, even when I'm at my least caring, right, or noticing. And the one thing I always try to do year round, it kind of just keeps me in check. It feels good about having some awareness with is trying to hit my protein,
Mhm.
right? And for so around like 150 grams a day. So which for me is simple. I kind of know what 50 grams looks like. So if I eat 3 meals a day, 50 grams
You're
a meal. So that could be 2 cups of Greek yogurt. So for dinner, it's like, oh man, I had a huge day of food, huge lunch, some drinks, and I'm not gonna need a huge dinner, right? But I like to keep that habit of my 3 meals and
Yeah.
protein. So I'll have something that's mostly just protein. So cool, 2 cups of Greek yogurt with some fruit in there. It's gonna be like a light dinner, still
Mhm.
get my protein, right? So that's kind of how I'll think and do things in a scenario like this, right? I'm not
Yep.
like tracking the calories, being like, oh, my lunch was 1,400 calories, and my goal.
Only
It's
have
just kind of
this
like
much left.
it's more just general noticing. And again, when you do track for a long time, you learn and can kind of do this
Yeah,
in ballpark to where it's like, oh, I guess in a sense, I'm looking at things as like big, small, so it's like I had a big lunch, I will have a small dinner, right? And then,
And make sure it's protein based.
yeah.
As a
And then honestly,
principle.
too, I'm not going to want to cook, right? So that's
Mhm.
why I always like to have like Greek yogurt on hand because it's like, well, cooking a small meal, like especially when you normally have like rice and stuff, it's like a pain in the butt, to cook like a cup of rice.
Yeah, just a little bit.
So it's just easier. Cool. I'll just throw it together. And then the lunch is going to be so heavy, right? Like meat and, sides. And
Yeah.
it's like the Greek yogurt kind of be just a little refreshing.
It is refreshing. That's a perfect word for it.
So, and that's the thing, right? As I describe it. And again, when we describe things like this, 100% you could be like, that sounds miserable and awful. I would not enjoy Greek yogurt. Like, that is fine. Like the key and point and takeaway you want to get from whenever we talk about like what we do is that we landed on it through trial and error.
And it works for us and we like it.
Mhm.
It doesn't have to work for you. If you're like, dude, that sounds miserable. Well, do a little workshopping and be aware and find what that is for you because it's going to
Yeah.
be different.
Yeah. And ultimately you also hopefully take away too, you see there is trade-off. There
Yeah.
is awareness and there is trade-off. Because like would I like to just have a can of salt and vinegar chips and but the ultimate, hey, I'm going to have this protein-based meal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't feel like cooking and I don't want a ton of food. Cool, I have this on hand. No cooking required. There's no excuse. It takes 30 seconds to stir together.
Boom.
And again, there's trade-offs being made. There's awareness being made. But also at the same time, I enjoy it. I will look forward to it. It will be fine. And that's the process. That's the system.
Mm-hmm.
You got to find a way to find whole foods, be aware and conscious, and be willing to make some trade-offs. And then tomorrow's Saturday, right? And I'll just eat my normal meals, right?
Yeah.
Like, shoot, I just had Thanksgiving and another day out afterwards. Like, just because it's the weekend,
Doesn't mean you got to throw it all away.
it's like, do I really no, I'll just have my regular meals. Get back on track, get back in normal
Mhm.
habits, and
It feels good to get back to normalcy though.
Yeah.
Like after, especially if you're really consistent with your habits, you almost kind of yearn for that simplicity. Like when you go on vacation, you come
Mhm.
back and you're like, damn, I can't wait to eat like my normal dinner and lunch.
My oat pancake that Will made fun of.
I made fun of it and I feel bad for it because it didn't sound
You
bad.
shame me, man.
I did shame. It was more like it
I mean,
sounded
it sounds
not
awful.
good
Dude,
at
I
the
mean,
outset.
An oat and egg white pancake.
Yeah, but then you described like how you made it, and it seemed a whole lot better.
Yeah.
You know what? Like, isn't bad either. Like people make like the banana pancake with like
And
eggs
actually,
and banana.
if you put the banana in the mixture,
Mm-hmm.
the texture is even better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and some like protein powder. Like that's not a bad way to do it
Yeah.
either. I like those.
Yeah. Shoot, I need to get some bananas. And I've done it before too, but if you can, you can get like oat flour,
Mm-hmm.
then it's really good.
Yeah, we have some of that. I think. We have every flour you've ever.
So
heard
here's
of.
my thing with like the banana though is it messes like then I have to have less oats.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you know?
because bananas.
So it just
Are a
comes
good
down to
amount of
finding
carbs.
the ratios, but yeah, with the banana, most people if you're gonna try it out, the concoction of like the mixture of like some oats, the egg whites, and the banana is gonna be better, and it provides more sweet. It's easy to eat by itself if you
Yeah.
don't want to do like sugar-free syrup or anything like that. So yeah.
It's not a bad way to go.
All right. Well, hopefully, that little study gives you some confidence. Makes you realize that, hey, you know what? If I do find my baseline and like actually take action and do these things on the reg, yeah, I can enjoy these holidays and these meals, and yeah, there's no
It'd be okay.
damage to be done, really, right? And they're part of. It kind of becomes your ebb and flow.
Yeah, and also one other thing, because this like always gets said, like you don't have to burn off the calories you ate
Oh,
for Thanksgiving. Like, oh, I gotta burn these
Yeah,
off. You're
you
not
know.
punishing yourself. Just freaking
Yeah.
eat and do your normal
yeah.
stuff.
That's a bad habit.
It's a bad view.
Yeah.
Really, it's a bad way to view exercise as like, oh, I have to do this to make up for my sins of eating. It just isn't a good way to look at it.
Yep.
So like, be cool with eating. Now with no activity, you're gonna be fine. So you don't have to think like, oh, I gotta burn this off, because it doesn't work that way anyway. So
Yep.
just wanted to throw that in there because I hear it literally every year. I don't know how many times. So
All right. Well, we appreciate you for listening.
yeah,
We'll be back next week.
catch you next time.
Also, if you're not in it, look us up. Facebook group, Fat Loss Secrets for Busy Adults.
It's free.
Yep. Post
Lot of info.
questions. Got a great group in there. We're doing a challenge. So if you're hearing this now on Tuesday, it started yesterday. You
Yeah.
could probably still get in if you want, but we're doing a 25-day nutrition challenge, habits, actions to be focused on. And yeah, this is our second time running it. Went great the first time. Looking forward to it.
Yeah. So jump in, get on it.
See ya.
Bye. As always, thanks for listening, guys. If you want to learn more, check us out at coastalfitnessva.com or garydeagle.com. We'll see you next time.